Previously, I covered the Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit Bourbon back in episode 12, but now I get the chance to properly review another one of Wild Turkey's offerings, this time the Longbranch. Now, I've actually had a full-size bottle of this many years ago. That was when I was mixing it with other things. So when I got that sample, I smiled because now I get the chance to review it properly. Now that I've learned everything that I've learned, I can do this right and review it properly. So here we go. This is Whisky. I'm John Chidgey. Always remember to drink responsibly, in moderation, and where and when appropriate. Feel free to like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and visit engineer.network/whisky, without the E, to learn how you can support the show. Thank you. Like all Wild Turkey bourbon mash bills, this also has 75% corn, 13% rye, and 10% malted barley. How it's different is the whiskey is passed through two different charcoal filters. The first uses charcoal from white American oak, and the second uses charcoal from mesquite wood, specifically sourced from Texas. This particular bourbon was a collaboration with the then new, and now gone, creative director in 2016, movie actor Matthew McConaughey, who is originally from Texas and worked from the original concept through to the final bottling with Wild Turkey's master distiller, Eddie Russell. A bottle of Longbranch, the full-size one, costs $76 Australian for a 700ml version from Dan Murphy's. Now, although the full-size bottle doesn't have an age statement on it, the sample bottle and the Wild Turkey website both state it has an 8-year age statement. Other articles suggest it's a blend of 6-year, 8-year, and 12-year aged bourbons, but that's harder to confirm. It also has a 40% ABV, and it's charcoal filtered, like I just said, but not chill filtered, and it's not coloured either. It's considered to be part of Wild Turkey's core range of bourbons, but they do refer to it as a small batch offering. The Mesquite Charcoal filter is said to add a smoky sweetness, and despite many detractors saying that it wouldn't last, the Longbranch is still around today, and it's also won a double gold medal in 2020 at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Wild Turkey don't have tasting notes on their website, but the Liquor Loot Advent Calendar ones, well, they do, and they are as follows. On the nose, inviting aromas of caramel and vanilla, accented by charred oak, dried orange peel, and a whisper of mesquite smoke. On the palate, smooth and well-rounded with notes of honey, toasted nuts, and warm spices, complemented by gentle smokiness. And on the finish, long and warming, featuring lingering oak spice, subtle vanilla sweetness, and a gentle, smoky afterglow. Love a good afterglow. Alrighty, it's been a while. I haven't actually had this in probably 5 years, maybe? I don't remember exactly when I had this last. It's been a while. Long enough that I don't remember. Put it that way. I would describe that color as sort of a lighter gold or maybe a darker amber. In terms of the legs, watching the legs. Some fast running legs. Lots of little ones. Seems like it could be a little oily. No issue with that. Let's see what we get on the nose. Bourbon. It's been a while since I've had a bourbon. I've been having I've been having predominantly Scotch, to be honest. Whiskey, I should say, not corn-based whiskies. It has got that absolutely characteristic caramel and vanilla bourbon smell to it. And I can smell the mesquite, and I know what mesquite smells like because during the COVID-19 pandemic, we invested in a Traeger pellet smoker, and I have regularly had mesquite pellets for smoking different meats and cheeses and different things. And honestly, I can smell mesquite, definitely. I do love the smell of mesquite, actually. So they say dried orange peel in their tasting notes. I do get orange. Don't know if I'd go so far as to say it was a dried orange peel, but I get orange citrus on the nose. Bit of oakiness. Impressive. I'm actually getting pretty much what they said, more or less. I don't know about the dried orange peel bit, but definitely orange citrus. Smells like a good bourbon. Let's see if it tastes like a good bourbon. That's a bourbon. Oh yeah. Don't mind me a good bourbon at all, to be honest. Okay. Mouthfeel. Bit of creamy butteriness to it. I like. It's got a nice mouthfeel to it. I like that quite a bit. There's a beautiful vanilla, caramelly vanilla kind of taste to it that fades into a honey towards the finish. I can't taste mesquite. I've never chewed on a mesquite pellet, I guess. I don't know why on earth you would, but never mind. But I am getting a very subtle smokiness on the finish. To be honest though, I can't tell it's a mesquite smokiness, just I get a smokiness on it, but that's about all I can tell. I get on the nose, but that's about it. Honestly, it's probably got about a moderate finish, not super long, not super short, somewhere in the middle. And that's actually got a delightful vanilla on the finish. As I'm breathing out, I'm getting a delightful vanilla. This is a good bourbon. I am enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. I've got to admit this is better than I remember, but then I never drank it neat. So maybe I've done myself a disservice for too many years by watering this down with as a mixer. Oh, that smells so good. Sometimes when you have too much, non-corn whiskeys, you forget just how good a bourbon can still be. Have another go at it. Oh, buttery, vanilla-y caramel, sweet, and just that little edge of oaky tannin. Oh, gosh, that is delightful. That is a delightful bourbon. I've got to say, I'm quite enjoying this. It's maybe it's because it's been a while since I've had a bourbon, or maybe I don't know, but I'm really enjoying that. Goodness me. All right, so Longbranch. Honestly, let's start. Okay, we've got to rate this puppy. Cost. It's a 1. It's only just a 1. It's on the high side, but it's still a 1. It is very affordable. And honestly, that's probably a good thing. And honestly, geez, I've got to say, first of all, it's an easy 2. And I would say, you know what, in terms of quality, damn, I actually kind of really don't mind this at all. I reckon this is a 3. I mean, I'm smiling drinking this. This is some good stuff. I genuinely am going to give this a 3. I like this. I like this bourbon. It's up there at the same kind of a, I like this as a 101. It's not as strong as a 101. It's only just a 3, but I've got to be honest with myself. I'm smiling and I'm enjoying this. Anyway, so this makes this a green. This is a solid green. This is a very nice drop. And honestly, I don't know if it's the mesquite or what it is, but I cannot deny that I do like this bourbon. So thank you, Wild Turkey. Thank you, Matthew McConaughey, although I know he's no longer the creative director there. He was at the time. Thanks, Eddie Russell. My guy. This is some nice bourbon. Thank you so much. I should probably keep one of these on hand. I'll add it to the list. Cheers. See you next time. That is delightful. Love a good bourbon.